Hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge The Americas. Here we go. We're going through right now our open qualifying. And right now we're going through our open qualifying. We got 15 minutes of open qualifying, 4 laps total that every driver can do. You can't go above 4 laps, and that's just purposely there to try and make sure that you do have a proper amount of track time, track space. This week, we have the newest addition to our timing tower. Everyone in green is in the pro division. Everyone in white is in our amateur division. Every car, of course, is on track all at the same time, and that's what adds a lot of spice to our races. But now you can very clearly see who is in pro, who is in amateur. Of course, you have 3 chances to qualify for the pro division in your first 3 races that you attend. If you are within 101% of the VRS driver's lap, you qualify yourself for the pro division. The benefit of being in pro division is you've made it. You are a fast driver. You've officially claimed that pro spot. And the prizes for pro are higher. In our league, you have $30 for P1, $20 for P2, $10 for P3, and the bottom 2 ranked pro drivers, just for being able to qualify into the pro division, you'll actually get a $5 iRacing credit just for participating. Of course, you do have to complete 9 races to get that bonus. But yeah, it's basically like a hey, you made it. Even though you're last, you made it to pro, and that's basically what's what that one's for. Right now, let me just take a quick look at who's the leader of our pro division and amateur division. Pro division, Manrique Valverde is the #1 position of our pro division for season standing so far. Patrick Kingston is #2, and Dan Morera is #3. For our amateur division, we have Mark Santana, who I don't think is here tonight. No, I don't see Mark Santana tonight. No Mark Santana. Young Choi is #2, and #3 is Simon Fell. Young Choi, I think, just starting his qualifying now. We'll see where he ends up. Simon Fell is right near the top of the amateur qualifiers, and just like that, you can actually see it. The way that we've divided our pro and amateur is working absolutely perfectly. I didn't believe in me being the admin. My name Michael McLeod, the admin of our league, the broadcaster commentator. Hello and welcome to me, to you. And yeah, I didn't really believe in having it split by iRating, which is what's done for many other leagues. It didn't make sense. You can have a higher iRating or a lower iRating, doesn't matter, and your pace could be slow, it could be fast. I've seen guys with 1700 iRating really fast. I've seen guys with 4000 iRating, and you know what, they can't make it work in the car that they're driving. So this is what we came up with as a league, and as you can see, it's actually working really, really well. I'm super excited to see how Monza goes. Monza is going to be turn 1. Let's just talk about turn 1. You have a whole bunch of cars barreling towards turn 1, fighting for position. Some guys getting a good start, some guys getting a bad start, and it's gonna get spicy, I gotta say. I'm really curious to see how this group of cars makes it through. If everyone keeps a little bit of a league mentality, and you know what, let's get through turn 1, because there's still a lot of race to go. And I think it's actually gonna turn out pretty well. Of course, they have to do it twice, not just once, but twice. And that's gonna be part of the challenge, I think, for these drivers tonight. This track, it's a seemingly easy track, but somehow very, very difficult to keep it straight, to keep it on track, and not make a mistake. It's, you know, as with these guys for the practice race that we hosted on Tuesday night, I don't know what it is about this track. It seems like it's so easy, and it's just absolutely not. It's really, really not an easy track. Add on top of that, these cars do not have ABS. They do not have traction control, and you've got to launch that car off that starting line with no assist, and just hope for the best. Locked up into T1 on 2 laps, Adrian the Great. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That's painful, eh? That's pretty painful. But where did you qualify? You're in 23rd at 151.9. You know what? Sometimes at the back is the best place to be. You can either watch the chaos or just stay consistent, be a steady Eddie of the evening, and make your way through to the front. The back is never... oh, there you go. See, look, there's a spin. I'm not sure who that was. That was MV on the initials, which was Manrique Valverde. Had a little bit of a spin. I'm sure going to be hoping he doesn't do that in the races. Best time to do it, of course, always is in your qualifying. We don't have much time left in our qualifying. We're going to be able to pull up our qualifying results in about 10 seconds. So, looks like we've got our qualifying results. Patrick Hingston with a hell of a lap. Wow. Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow. Let me pull up these qualifying results. And here you go. Wow, and everyone's in green and white, and there you go. You can see exactly who's in pro, who's in not, and who's in amateur. And yeah, you got Patrick Hingston. Congratulations for that pole position. What a lap. Paulo Godoy, his first race with us on Thursday, raced with us on Sunday. Manrique Valverde in third, Marco Valverde in fourth, Corey Lazarus in five, Michael Carrillo in six, Dan Moreira in seven, Ariel Julian's eighth, Ryan Winfeld in nine, Adam Morrow 10, Ryan Bickle 11, Carl Ribbon 12, Charlie Pouyer 13, Emmanuel Ojo in 14, Chuck Baker. Whoa, that's too loud. There we go. Chuck Baker is in 15, Young Choi in 16. I don't think I'm going to get through it. These guys are about to start. I'll just scroll it down, and then you'll be able to see who qualified where. Diego Militeo had to serve a qualifying ban this week, so he was not able to qualify. That's what that's about. I'm going to have to mute that. Okay, here we go. We're just waiting for a few more cars. Everyone has grid. Here we go. All the cars are lined up, ready to go. We've got the lights going on. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light. And the lights are off and away we go. It looks like everyone's gone away nice and cleanly. A little bit of shuffling. And... oh... a little bit of shimmying for position up the front with Patrick Hingston, and looks like, oh, a little bit of a bump. Paulo Godoy is in the lead, but he cut the course just a little bit, and there's a spin with Patrick Hingston and Manrique Valverde, and that is Marco Valverde, so that's not going to help them in the long run. Man, that's put Manrique Valverde in the lead of our race with Paulo Godoy in second, Ariel Julian up to third. Let's bring it up exactly who is where. We have a 2 wide with Paulo Godoy and Ryan Winfeld heading into turn 4. Ariel Julian is now up to second. Paulo had to serve that slowdown, of course, and we're gonna have a few more spinners. This is one tricky chicane to go through with those curbs. Is sometimes better to just avoid that corner entirely. As you can see, some of the cars deciding to just skip turning, go straight through it, serve that slowdown, and see how that goes on the other side. We have up, I'm gonna put up interval and take that away. Where is it? Best time? No, I want interval. There we go. And now you can see exactly who is where, how close everyone is, and all of the positions gained. Oh, That's what exactly there is what we need right there. And Manrique Valverde is starting to absolutely run away with from this field. And Ariel Julian, Paulo Gudo are now challenging each other for second position with Ryan Winfield in tow. Ryan Winfield, one tough customer with two tough customers directly in front of him. He's positioned himself extremely well for a good finish if he can keep up this pace. Of course, this is just lap 1. We have a long way to go, and here we go already, too wide with Paulo on the inside, and this is Ariel Julian, car number 613 on the outside. Under braking, Paulo is ahead. Ariel Julian concedes the position to get a better exit, but is that going to put Ryan Winfield in a position to make a pass as well as it opened up the door? Let's find out as we head towards turn 4. I don't think he was able to get up alongside, and there it is. Looks like Ryan Winfield shimmying for position, going on the inside into the chicane, not able to make it work. Paulo is still ahead as well. Oh, and Ryan is able to do a little bit of a battling, and he was actually able to make it by. Beautiful, beautiful work by Ryan Winfield. There's a lot of beautiful work going on throughout this entire field, of course, not just up at the front. Oh, and there's a spin. Another spinner. Someone wanted to go off in the spin class. Yeah, there you go. Let's take a look a little bit through our field a little bit more. We got Corey Lazarus, Michael Carrillo heading up into that last chicane. And they are absolutely bumper to bumper, closer than ever. And if you get the exit right out of this chicane, it gives a perfect passing opportunity into this next, the last corner, how do you say, Parabolica? And Corey Lazarus poking his nose, but not quite able to get that overlap, backing out and trying to set himself up, heading into turn number 1. Of course, with that real long straight, you have a hell of a draft. It's a perfect opportunity to pass. So let's see if he's gonna go for it. If he's not, a little bit of a DRS train in with Ariel Julian in the lead of that DRS train. Of course, there's no actual DRS in these cars, but the draft benefit you do get is very much there. So those cars, I'm sure, are going to be battling it all night long. And so let's start working our way through our field and see how everyone's doing. We have a lot of movers and shakers of the evening. Patrick Kingston, who was involved in that little bit of a spin out of turn 1 at the very first lap, everything it's put him much further down than he wanted to be. In P16, he's down a total of 15 spots. But of course, we do have 2 races total. You have to perform well in both to perform well in our season standings. That's part of our challenge. We're not going to make it easy for you if you want to win our season championship. And here you go. Patrick Kingston has to make his way back through that field to try and regain as many points as he can before our feature race of 30 minutes. Let's take a look at my good bud here, Canadian. He has the American flag up. That's, buddy. Sad to see that. You gotta change that to a Canadian flag, eh? All right, and but here we go with Adam Morrow. He is up 3 positions total. He is right behind Corey Lazarus, Michael Carrillo, and Ryan Winfield, battling out up at the front. Manrique Valverde has started to run away from that group, so it's just Paulo, followed by all these guys, all the way back to Adam, Ryan Bickle, and it's anyone's game for P3, I would say, P2. All these cars very much in contact with each other. One tiny mistake, one little bit of a slip up, and you're going to lose your spot. Look at that beautiful train of Porsches coming down that main straight. And here we go with, I see some action with Young Choi. Is this some action? I don't think so. He's deciding to back out. He is not going to challenge Charlie Pouyer for that spot. He's decided to back off. Oh, and something has happened to Ryan Winfield. He went off the track. Let's take a real quick look at exactly what happened right there. May have been a little bit too much throttle, and that's exactly what happened. Real unfortunate. He was in a real good spot, and that's how easy it is in Monza to just make a quick mistake, and all of a sudden you're off. And now we see Ryan Winfield down in 14th, joining the likes of Patrick Hingston, who's directly ahead of him. Gonna have to make his way back through the field if he wants to gain back some of those good season's championship points. Definitely not ideal, but yeah, this is Monza week, boys. Here we go with Anthony Rodriguez. I think this is his first race. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but maybe not. Oh, thank you. Can't win hobbled. I know that's you, Rob. Thank you very much for subscribing for 2 months in a row. We definitely appreciate it. Every little bit goes a long way. And yeah, I may as well mention real quick, if anyone has an Amazon Prime membership, please subscribe to our channel. Every little bit goes a long way. Amazon Prime, of course, gives you 1 free subscription on your Twitch, and we just ask that you use it with our league Twitch. And it helps. Every little bit of it goes towards the payouts and keeps our league free. We have a 3-wide situation. Oh man, we have a 3-wide situation with Young Choi deciding to make that move. We got Emmanuel Ojo and Charlie Puyer, who's gonna win under braking. It looks like Young Choi under braking is in this the driver's seat. Oh, and Charlie Puyer is able to battle Young Choi off, and he's keeping him behind in the end. Emmanuel Ojo losing a lot of ground on these two coming out of turn 1. That's definitely going to hurt him, but Charlie Puyer, what a move to be able to keep Young Choi behind and eating his exhaust fumes still. But Young Choi is not giving up too soon. He is getting closer and closer. He's just trying to think of how to get by. He made a little bit of mistake exiting that chicane, and is that going to put the likes of Emmanuel Ojo right up beside him, with Patrick Hingston, of course, in that mix? This is getting real spicy. Patrick Hingston now making a move on Emmanuel Ojo. Emmanuel Ojo just letting him get by nice and easy. Hopefully, I'm sure he's just hoping that Patrick can open the door on Young Choi and he can get through that door being open. You know, just leave that bump stop in the doorway and hey, let me through too, kind of thing. And let's see where Michael Carrillo is with Ariel Julian and Corey Lazarus up at the very front. And these guys are closer than ever. Corey Lazarus coming out of that final corner, Parabolica at 3/10 behind. I'm predicting that he's going to be able to get up alongside with the strong draft, unless Michael Carrillo's draft on Ariel Julian is too strong. Up there you can see them weaving just a little bit, just trying to break that draft, and not able to get up alongside. So maybe that breaking of that draft did in fact work. I don't know. Here you go with Simon Fell and Chuck Baker. You got... No, Chuck Baker is not a pro driver. I don't know why his square is green. And there we go with Ryan Winfield challenging Emmanuel Ojo, trying to gain some of those positions back. A little bit of blinking. I'm not sure what's happening there with Ryan Winfield, but able to make that pass on turn 1 on Emmanuel Ojo. He's up into 12th position, trying to gain back some of those very valuable points. And he's trusting Emmanuel Ojo under braking to stay behind, and he's now walked through that doorway. But of course, all of this battling has totally put a disconnect between Emmanuel Ojo and Young Choi, who he was previously battling with. So now Young Choi is free to get right back up there into the likes of Charlie Puyer. I'm sure he's just hoping that Patrick Hingston creaks open that doorway on Charlie so that he can walk through as well and gain some very, very valuable points. And here we go with Charlie, with Patrick Hingston making a pass on Charlie Puyer. Charlie Puyer just allowing him to get through. And now Patrick Hingston's looking at the rear bumper of Dan Herrera. Let me see if I can bring up some car numbers. I got rid of that for some reason, and here we go. No, I don't want car number there. Nope, that is not how I wanted it. I wanted car number here, interval there, perfect. and then I wanted gain. There you go. Perfect. There we go. That's the timing tower we need. And there's Patrick Hingston making a pass look really easy on the likes of Dan Marrera, car 404, as you can now see on our timing tower. Patrick Hingston just making it look real easy. He was previously down 15 positions. He's now only down 7. So he's had quite a run. He's got about, I would say 3 minutes left. I don't know if he'll be able to make any more positions, but with our reverse 8 grid, we have the top 8 cars reversed. So... oh, and it looks like Paulo has passed Manrique Valverde for the lead. Let's take a look at how that happened. Looks like Manrique may have had a little bit of a crash. He's got some aerodynamic damage, and it's just a nice, easy pass for Paulo just to get ahead, heading into turn 1. Under braking, it looks like he takes that inside line nice and tight by both drivers. Manrique being real tight. He cut himself off just a little bit on that exit, and that put Paulo directly into the lead of our race. And here you go with Paulo in the lead with Manrique in tow. Ariel Julian, you can see just behind him, followed by Corey Lazarus and Michael Carrillo. Looks like Corey did make a pass on Michael Carrillo. It may have been an off track. I maybe have time to look through it, but maybe not. Adam Morrow in 6th place. We have, I think it's 2 more laps to go. Ryan Bickle is up into 7th. Patrick Hingston is now in that reverse grid, the reverse grid that happens from our Sprint Tour feature. So he's looking like he's in a real good spot to still gain a lot of good points tonight. And don't look now, we got a 2 wide situation with Young Choi and Charlie Puyer. Charlie Puyer is not in a good spot this time. Young Choi is not leaving a lot of space. Who gets the better exit out of turn 1? It looks like it's equal exit, and now you have Ryan Winfeld directly behind, trying to see, hey, who's faster? Who can I follow through this doorway? Young Choi has a shorter distance, of course, to travel, and that's put him ahead, but I don't think Charlie Puyer is going to give it up too easy. He may try and attack under braking, and that's exactly what he does. Under braking, he tries to regain that overlap, jumps that curb, and is just taken off. And Young Choi has now been passed by the likes of Ryan Winfeld, and Charlie Puyer still up ahead. That too wide, how do you say that? The skills that he, oh no, and Ryan Winfeld's almost tossed it on himself. But yeah, the 2 wide skills that Charlie Puyer possesses has just kept him ahead of Young Choi. Young Choi, great opportunities to make a pass, just not able to finish. No finish for the likes of Young Choi. Fortunately, though, for Young Choi, he's been able to keep the car going absolutely dead arrow straight tonight, and that's a huge advantage in this track on Monza week. And we have a little bit of a blinker, it looks like, in the likes of Emmanuel Ojo, but maybe that blinking is done. Maybe that's me, I don't know. But we've got Emmanuel Ojo, Simon Fell, Chuck Baker, all coming around Parabolica right about now. Chuck Baker may be in position to pass, may not. Let's see who gets the better exit. Looks like Simon Fell is far enough ahead. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's take a look at the leader of our race. He's now heading towards that 2nd chicane, just speeding along, and he's put a real good gap on Manrique Valverde, who of course has a huge disadvantage with that front bumper having damage, and that's put Ariel Julian real close, and he may be thinking about how to make a pass on the previous leader of the race. Corey Lazarus up into 4th, having the race of his life from the World Down Under in Australia there, followed by this beautiful, beautiful purple, gentleman's purple of Michael Carrillo, and the likes of Adam Morrow, who has Ryan Bickle directly on his bumper in the Rothmans Porsche of car 55. Patrick Hingston is too far, I'm sure, to make another pass, but at least he's up there in that sweet spot. So here we go with Adam Morrow and Ryan Bickle trying to get up alongside, not able to make overlap in time under braking. So he's not able to make that pass, but he is getting real close, I gotta say. Ryan Winfeld, it looks like, has made a pass heading into that last chicane on Charlie Pouliot. He's not going to be up into the reverse grid, but here you go with Paulo Godoy coming around Parabolica for the last time in our sprint race, winning this race. Congratulations, Paulo Godoy. Congratulations, Manrique Valverde, for holding it together, and congratulations for Ariel Julian coming in third, Corey Lazarus fourth, Michael Carrillo fifth, Ryan Bickle in sixth, Adam Morrow in seventh. There must have been a slowdown or something. Oh, being beaten by 6/100ths of a second. Ryan Winfeld, Patrick Kingston in 8th, Ryan Winfeld in 9th, Charlie Pouliot in 10th, Young Choi in 11th, Emmanuel Ojo in 12th, Chuck Baker 13th, Enrico Rojas in 14th, Anthony Rodriguez 15th, and there you go, Carl Ribbing in 16th, Simon Fell 17th, Jeffrey Morello 19th, Dan Herrera 20, Tom Jenkins 21. We got Gary Watson in the Monster Energy car coming around Parabolica right now for the final time. We got Bradley Husty following not too far behind. Michael David coming around up 2 positions. You can still see the gains and losses. Diego Militao starting in the back, up 3 spots into 25th. Mike Walsh not having the time of his life, it's looking like, at the very back of our pack. But still ahead of Adrian Kukulas and Benjamin Roche and Josh Grosso. I don't even think Josh Grosso started, to be honest. Yeah, no, your guy is not in it this evening. He's not doing too hot. Mike Walsh is at the very back, it's looking like. Not doing too well. So, let's pull up these results. And there you go. There's your results. And so the top 8 are going to be reversed. So that means Patrick Kingston is going to be starting in first, Adam Morrow is going to be starting in second, Ryan Bickle in third, and so on to up the list. So that's going to put Paulo Godoy in 8th position on the grid. Now that's not actually a disadvantage, because of course 8th position in the sprint race didn't gain as many points as the person who won that race. So if everyone stays in these exact positions, they all gain an equal amount of points in this race. Of course, we know that's not going to happen. There's always lots of shuffling. But that's the general idea, is that you don't have to make a ton of passes. You don't have to win the race. It's all about winning the most points in the race, not about the winning of it. And so that's going to actually be the season champion won by that. Just by thinking about a little bit of strategy on how to maximize the points. Never about winning. And that's what's going to bring the racecraft out in you. So here you go. Come on back up. There you go. Paulo Godoy in first, and Manrique was in second, Ariel Julian third, and Young Choi looks like was in the lead of the amateur drivers, with Emmanuel Ojo in tow of that. Chuck Baker and Enrico was directly behind them for the amateur drivers. So very good showing from our amateur drivers, and an excellent showing as well. Well, excellent showing from both, from the pro and from the amateur. Great showing from both. Let's get rid of this timing tower. We want to see some cars, don't we? We want to see some beautiful Porsches. Let's take a look at them right now. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. What is our weather? Everyone's grid. We have 28 Celsius track temperature, so that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. So let's see. We got the lights going on 3, 4, 5 lights. 5 lights, and away we go. The lights are off, and here they go. Everyone's starting nice and smooth. Looking good so far. Not too much funny business. Everyone's gone away nice and clean. Adam Morrow is in the lead heading into turn 1. Patrick Kingston challenging for that lead. A little bit of a blink. I have no idea where Adam Morrow is, and that is going to be lights out for Adam Morrow. But that's a huge advantage for the likes of Patrick Kingston. Ryan Bickle is now in second place with Ariel Julian in third. Michael Carrillo in fourth. Paulo Godoy is already up 3 positions. And that is a hell of a run already from the likes of Paulo Goda, up 3 positions. Real great drive, I gotta say, from car number 30. Manrique Valverde is directly behind Paulo. And let's bring up that timing tower. Here we go with Ryan Winfeld challenging Charlie Pouyer real early, trying to get up into 7th, and it looks like he's now made it. We have Paulo Goda is up 3, Manrique is up 1, and I guess that's from the spin of Adam Morrow, so that was a freebie there. Ariel Julian is up 3 positions as well. What a beautiful drive. Look at all these beautiful cars coming down that straight. We got Simon Fell. Is this going to be a 2 wide with Simon Fell? And then, oh, nope, and he tucks in behind. That camera view is... oh, and what happened to Paulo? Oh my gosh. That is a little bit of a risky rejoin from Paulo, but let's see how he went off the track. What happened there? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit of a bump, maybe a little bit of hitting his own bump, but that's an unfortunate, a fortunate turn of events for Paulo, who was the winner of our previous race. Patrick Hingston is now our current winner. Not current winner, current leader, I should say, provisional winner of our race, Manrique. Oh, and that's the struggle of Monza right there, as you can see from car 67, taking those bumps, taking those curves, just not having a good time on those. I gotta say, it's not an easy turn. You gotta brake heavy. You gotta hold those brakes consistent for a very long time. Not an easy task to do that lap after lap. And here you go with Manrique is in 5th position. He's up 2 spots total, both freebies from Paulo and Adam, but Ryan Winfeld is challenging that for that 5th spot, trying to find a way to poke a nose, get up alongside, and of course there's a lot of cars directly behind them willing to do the same and take any position they can. Looks like Corey Lazarus is directly behind Charlie Pouyer. Is he going to make the pass? He's definitely up far enough to get some overlap heading into this chicane, and he is up alongside Charlie Pouyer. Is he going to give up the position? No, he's not. He is going to battle it out. Corey's trying to tuck in behind, and is he going to get the pass after this? I don't think so. He lost a lot of momentum on that one. Trying to tuck in behind, that may not have been the best, but at least they're safe, they're still going, and that's really what counts, because to first win the race, you first have to finish, right? Or how does that go? To finish first, you have to first finish. Simon Fell going 2 wide. I hear some cars making some sounds. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, and that looks like Ryan Bickle went off the track. I can't look yet because we have a 2 wide situation with car 64 and 256, and directly in front Carl Ribbing and Anthony Rodriguez as well. This is 2 wide it's a 2 wide times 2, and here we go with car 31 on the inside, car 44 on the outside. Now it's a switchback. Carl Ribbing is actually still ahead, and let's see, where are we? Carl Ribbing is still ahead. He's gained 4 positions total. Is Anthony Rodriguez going to think about it in the next chicane? Simon Fell is up as well on Enrico. And it looks like Emmanuel Ojo. Oh no! With a little bit of a collision with Chuck Baker, and that's going to spice things up for this entire pack. And they've all been able to walk right through the likes of Chuck Baker from that unfortunate incident caused by, I believe it was Emmanuel going up the inside. And where is Chuck Baker? Oh wow, Chuck Baker, he may have damage on his car. He's pulling to the side and letting everyone by. I am not sure what's happening, but Chuck Baker's race may be over. I hope not. I'm always rooting for Chuck, but it's not looking too good. And you can see in the background the chaos that's creating. we have coming towards us at Parabolica. We have a bunch of 2 wide. Are we going to see a 3 wide? Looks like Simon Fell's going for the inside on Emmanuel Ojo. Emmanuel may have had a slowdown, just letting everybody by. And Simon Fell is now up. We've got Dan Marrera is up a few positions. Is he up? Yeah, he is. He is up 6 positions. Emmanuel Ojo's heading into the pit lane. He may have a... Where is Emmanuel Ojo? He may have a drive-through penalty. Here we go, heading into turn 1. Carl Ribbing may lose the position this time to Anthony Rodriguez. Let's see if he can hold it. Anthony Rodriguez is on the inside with better exit. Carl Ribbing got an even better exit. Carl able to stay ahead, even though he was behind under braking. What a beautiful drive, beautiful battling, and that is why everyone absolutely loves Monza. Here we go, heading into the next chicane. These guys are absolutely wild, savage, full send all race long. Simon Fell able to get up on, and Carl Ribbing is, oh no, that is that's not good. But let's move on. Let's go right back up to the leader of our race and just take a look at how he's doing. He's quite far ahead. Nobody may be catching him for quite a while, but I think Patrick Kingston has got this on lockdown if he can just stay nice and consistent. Got Ariel Julian in the lead of this next group. Car 613 being chased by Ryan Winfield, car 53, and Manrique Valverde and Marco Valverde, the 2 cousins, directly behind, being a little bit conservative from their normal standards, and it's paying off, it's looking like, just by being nice and conservative, putting yourself in the right spot at the right time. I want to see session state. There you go. Now you can see exactly how much time has passed in our race. And here we go, 2 wide with... Oh no! Oh no! Ariel Julian hit the grass and bumped Ryan Winfield off, and that is not going to be good. Oh, and there goes Charlie spinning, a little bit of a target fixation, going off the grass, and that is... quite a bit of chaos, and that's just really going into the hands of Patrick Kingston. And there you go with Marco Valverde and Manrique Valverde, both of them just being a little more passive, and and there they go, bumping each other, just kissing each other on the bumpers there. But a little bit conservative has definitely been paying off for them in real great spots in 2nd and now 4th. Corey Lazarus, same deal, being conservative, not too aggressive, just letting things unfold in front of him, is now in 3rd position. Michael Carrillo, I believe this is the highest position he's been in all season, is up into 5th. Young Choi having an absolute drive of his life, watching the races of many pro drivers in front of him fall apart, and he has now made his way all the way up to 6th position. Look at him go. Oh, nope. There you go. That's what I want. There, so now the selected driver is a green stripe. It doesn't highlight the entire color. So now you can still see who's pro, who's amateur, and there you go. Oh, it looks like Marco Valverde is having to duck into the pits with 20 minutes to go. That is not good. If he's already at his incident limit of 15x, that's going to hurt him big time in the long run of this race. It's 20 minutes to go where you have 5x remaining, and that's going to be a real tough race for him, and hopefully he can still keep some points for this race, but it's going to be a challenge. Here you go with Adam Mora trying to make up some of those positions. Making a pass on Enrico. Beautiful dive under braking to get ahead. Brake more efficiently, get ahead, and make that pass. Look at that. Here we go with Adam Moro. And he is now chasing down the likes of Anthony Rodriguez, who's in 9th position. Of course, is he going to go for it? He is. full send all the way, under braking, just that much more efficient, able to make it work. And Adam is now carving his way through the field, trying to gain all of those season points back that he lost on turn 1. I want to take a quick look through our field. Let's see how everyone is doing. Oh, and a little bit of damage there, so that's not so good. Here comes Chuck Baker. I think he may have had a fast repair, and that's why he's so far back. Adrian Kukulas, I believe, was the one that Carl Ribbing accidentally took out. Let's see how is Diego Militao doing after serving. Oh, and that was, oh no. Luckily, Diego was able to make it through unscathed. But here you go with Diego Militao, who had to serve that qualifying ban. Definitely not a favorable position to be in, to be at the very, very back. But Diego is making the very best of it, as you can see. He's up 11 positions, and we have excitement heading into turn 1 with Young Choi and Michael Carrillo. Young Choi is making a move for 4th position. Look at this. Look at this. Young Choi is now up in the 4th, having the absolute drive of his life. As an amateur driver, I don't know if this guy's an amateur driver anymore. Look at this guy go. Where did he hide his steroids? Give me some. Look at him go. Now passing the likes of Michael Carrillo. Young Choi is up 7 spots in an excellent spot for gaining real good season points to get way ahead in the amateur division. Now we're following along with Marco Valverde, who's made a pass on Enrico. And looking at Dan Marrera, how can he get by? Of course, he does have to take care of tongue-tying myself. He does have to take care of those incident points. He can't get any more off tracks. 1-4X contact may even send him over and DQ him from this race. So he has to be real careful of all the cars around him. Young's just been hustling this race. Yeah, he's had a hell of a race, and yeah, he's done really well. Young Choi, I gotta say. And there you go with Marco Valverde making that pass on Dan Marrera, making it look real easy for all of the viewers out there. But yeah, Young Choi's definitely improved a lot this season. He's attended our practice races. I gotta say, he did horrible in the practice races. But you know, sometimes I guess you just gotta crash it out and it just all of a sudden clicks. But crash it out in practice races, not in the real races, please. Looking at you, Carl Ribbing. So if the engine sounds are too loud, let me know on the audio, and I can always adjust that. But here we go with Ryan Winfield. Did he make a pass on Corey? I think he did. Actually, I have a replay I wanted to take a look at. Where is it? No. Okay, I can't find it. There's been a lot of crashes. Let's see. How did this just happen? Ryan Bickle has crashed. I think he may have crashed on his own. Let's see what happened. Here's Ryan Bickle. Yep. And there you go. That's Monza for you. That's exactly what happens on Monza. Here's Corey Lazarus. This just happened. And Corey Lazarus at turn 1 went off. And, oh, there you go. And that's how Ryan Winfield made it by Corey Lazarus. And Corey Lazarus went down many spots. He was up into, what was it, 3rd? 4th. He was in 3rd. And now Young Choi, wow, Young Choi is now in 3rd position of this race with 15 minutes to go. It's a lot of time left, all from a lot of freebies from a lot of the pro drivers, just tossing their guts all over the track, as you've seen. Oh, I don't believe it. Manrique Valverde has a drive-through. And that's put Young Choi into 2nd position. Wow, and that is the challenge of Monza. That may be 1x for Young Choi on T1, but that is the challenge of Monza. And just by being consistent, beautifully consistent at that, you can see the benefits of that right here in Young Choi's race, in his driving right here. He has two tough customers behind him of Michael Carrillo and Ryan Winfeld. They are not going to let him have second spot easy. I can guarantee you that. And there is a lockup from Michael Carrillo, and that's going to go right into the hands of Young Choi. Wow. And now Corey Lazarus and Ryan Winfeld battling out. Are any of these cars going to have a drive-through from incident counts? Let's find out at the end of this lap. But wow, what chaos from Monza. This is Monza week. Hello Monza. And now we've got Corey Lazarus and Ryan Winfeld going too wide down the back straight. Let's see who can win this battle under braking and who can make it through this chicane towards Parabolica ahead. Looks like they both have some aerodynamic damage. Ryan Winfeld is able to get ahead. Looks like Corey actually wanted to tuck in behind and just play it safe. And Ryan Winfeld is just rocketing out of that corner towards Parabolica. Charlie Pouyer, who looks like he has no damage on his car. He had some off tracks and so on earlier this race, but just by being nice and consistent, he's still in 5th spot, and that is a beautiful paint job on Charlie's car. I really like that one. Michael Carrillo, after that funky off track, a little bit of a jumping and so on, is in 6th. Adam Morrow is all the way up into 7th after losing everything on turn 1, lap 1, turn 1. RA up into 7th, and look at this, he's getting challenged from Manrique Valverde. Marco Valverde is not too far behind. Does Adam give it up easy? And yes, he does, but Manrique is not able to hold it together exactly, but he's able to still stay ahead. And there you go with Adam Morrow, now down 1 spot into 8th. But a lot of season championship points coming his way still. After carving the way back through the field into 8th spot, he's just got, unfortunately, 2 real tough customers around him with Manrique and Marco. So let's see how this unfolds. And you've got Simon Fell, one of the leaders of our amateur division. One of the top 3. I think he's one of the top 3. Let me just double check on that. Yep, and Simon Fell is number 3 in amateur. So he's not too far back from that pack. Too much battling is... So too much battling is going to put Simon Fell up ahead and take some very valuable points from our pro drivers if he can make it work. Let's take a look quickly at Dan Marrera, who's got Anthony Rodriguez directly ahead. Looks like Dan Marrera's getting an awesome exit out of that chicane. Bus stop, whatever you want to call that, heading towards Parabolica. He's going to have the outside lane position on Anthony Rodriguez. Under braking, here they go. Is Dan Marrera going to go for an over-under? Of course, Anthony Rodriguez a little bit slower on the entry. Dan Marrera tucking in behind for that draft, heading towards turn 1, getting an amazing exit. 2 tenths away, 1.5 tenths away. I think he's going to gain some overlap under braking. Which lane position is Anthony Rodriguez going to give him? Looks like Dan Marrera is going to have the left lane position, and I hear some crashing up ahead. It looks like Marco Valverde is out of this race. He has DQ'd. And we'll have to take a look at what happened. But as you're seeing now live, Dan Marrera is not able to make that pass on turn 1. So now we can quickly go take a look at what happened to Marco Valverde and Adam Morrow. So it looks like Adam Morrow in the left lane position, Marco making that dive, and a little bit of a tap, and there you go. Michael Carrillo was on the inside, and just a little bit of an obstruction. But you know what? That's racing. Sometimes he's there. Luckily, he was holding his brakes, so it's not like he was doing wrong. And that's just unfortunately put Marco Valverde over our incident limit. And let's take a look at our leaders. We've got 10 minutes to go. Patrick Hingston, he's just having a boring race up at front. Boring race, but an excellent race, I gotta say. He was in 8th spot at the sprint, and now he's in 1st here. So that's going to be a lot of season championship points gained for the likes of Patrick Hingston. That may actually put him in the lead of our league, really. After this race, we'll have to see. And now we're gonna head back to Young Choi, who has a 5.5 second gap to Ryan Winfeld. Ryan Winfeld definitely has pace. Let's see, we have a 2 wide situation heading into turn 1. Dan Marrera and Anthony Rodriguez, and they are gonna go at it one more time. Here we go with Dan Marrera on the left lane position and Anthony Rodriguez on the right lane position, under braking real tight. It looks like Dan Marrera is not able to get that exit that he was hoping for out of turn 1, and that's kept Anthony Rodriguez still ahead once again. And it looks like the right lane position going into turn 1 may be the favorable one. The exit that the cars are getting out of that is just unbelievable. It's unbeatable, and it definitely just looks like the place to be. So let's just take a quick look at the likes of Ryan Winfeld, who's started breaking away from Corey Lazarus, but both these drivers are having a great race to still be in one of these top 5 positions. Charlie Poulier on an island, but this is a happy island to be on, I gotta say, up in 5th spot, 3 seconds back. And behind him is 3 seconds to the next car of Manrique Valverde, who does have to drive very conservatively because of his incident limit he has to take care of. Adam Morrow in 7th. Simon Fell in 8th. And we've got, there we go with Anthony Rodriguez and Dan Marrera battling it out still. Dan Marrera wants by this car. Looks like he is not going to tuck in behind. He's going to try and beat him under braking around Parabolica. And looks like Dan Marrera is going around the outside. He has a lot more distance to travel, so that is not an advantage for him, Dan. And he's able to still hold that overlap, but in that left lane position once again. And let's just find out how that goes. It didn't go very well last time, and I'm hoping for the best this time. Dan Marrera is ahead under braking, and he is able to tuck in front and make that pass. Beautiful, beautiful pass from the likes of Dan Marrera. Glad we could watch that live. Gonna roll through the field just a little bit with 7 minutes remaining, 6.5 minutes remaining. We got Enrico Rojas. I think I'm saying that correctly. I haven't been corrected yet, but I'm saying Rojas. We got Tom Jenkins is up into 12th position. He's up 9 spots total. Gary Watson coming around that bend, going under the bridge. Car number 64 is up 9 spots total into 13th, taking a lot of valuable points away from some of these pro drivers. Chuck Baker, he's actually down 1 spot, but being in 14th position, it's not all that bad given the difficulty of this race, difficulty of this track. Got Michael Carrillo, who was up near the lead pack, challenging for one of those top spots, but has dropped all the way back down to 15th. Had a hell of a drive, and then just funky things have happened, and that's Monza week. Got Benjamin Roche in the Pfaff Porsche paint scheme in 16th spot. He's up 12 total. That's a hell of a drive to be up 12 total. Got Diego Militao is up 8 total. It's a very hard place to be at the back of a Monza race. A lot can happen in front of you, and a lot has happened in front of him. Got Ryan Bickle in 18th. He's down 15 spots. He's had a very how do you say this? A lot of highs, a lot of lows, and he's in 18th spot. I'm sure he's looking forward to our next week's track of Fuji. Jeffrey Murillo, is directly behind Ryan Bickle in 19th position. He has not gained or lost positions this race. Interesting. Carl Ribbing is in 20th. And Carl is down 4 positions. I don't think he qualified Carl Ribbon qualified well, but his sprint race didn't go so well, and now his feature is going even worse. As we saw earlier, him jumping through those curbs like Tarzan. And he's now down 4 positions, down into 20th spot. Bradley Husty is in 21st spot, up 2 spots total, and Adrian Kukulas, even though he was slammed by Carl Ribbing, and yeah, I know I keep mentioning Carl. Good buddy of mine, Carl, but had just an unfortunate incident, and Adrian is still up 5 spots after that, so Adrian's not doing too bad. Of course, Adrian is one of our newer league members. He used to use the braking line, and of course in our league sessions we don't actually allow that braking line, the racing line, so he's had to grow as a driver to be able to race in our league with us, and this is where he's at now. He's improved very quickly. For being a new driver, the improvements come real quick, and this is where Adrian is at now, and I can't wait to see where he's at the end of our season. Unfortunately, he's last place because of the incident of the runners that are out there still. However, he is ahead of, what is that, 7 drivers? Mike Walsh looks like he's out. I'm not sure where Mike Walsh went. Let me see if I can find Mike Walsh's last crash. Let me see. Ryan Bickle, no. Where is Mike Walsh's crash? Here's Mike Walsh going off the track. Here's Mike Walsh going off the track. Oh, and it looks like he just gave up. Looks like he just gave up. Yep, Mike just gave up. Not having a good time, I guess. So he just gave up. It's okay. Walsh will be next. He'll be back next week and he'll kill. I'm sure he will. Everyone has good weeks and bad weeks, and it's just Mike's bad week. I know he's had excellent weeks before. I think his Watkins Glen, his first race, placed extremely well. And I guess it's just a lot of pressure to live up to that performance. It's hard to repeat that. Let me see. Jeffrey Murillo with Ryan Bickle directly behind. I think these are the closest cars we have on track, other than Michael Carrillo and Chuck Baker. Oh, and here they go. Chuck Baker having damage on his car. He's basically a sitting duck there. He's down 1 position total, but he also had an excellent sprint race to be up in the 13th spot. Continuing along with that excellent sprint race in the feature, he's in 14th. Real great, actually, for the amateur division drivers to be in that spot. Unbelievable for Young Choi to be in 2nd still. Absolutely unbelievable. But Chuck Baker is an absolute sitting duck on the straights with Michael Carrillo. Chuck Baker is now trying to defend, taking that defensive line. It may actually throw him off and leave the door wide open for the likes of Michael Carrillo. That's exactly what's happened. Michael Carrillo is now in draft, perfect striking range to go around the outside, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to go around the outside because of that aerodynamic damage. Chuck is once again a sitting duck. Michael Carrillo taking the inside under braking and able to make that pass nice and easy, hop that curb, make it look simple, and he is now by Chuck Baker, who is just gonna tuck in behind and go along with it. And here we're taking a look at Patrick Hingston. He is now starting his final lap. Young Choi is coming across the line, starting his final lap. You can see Ryan Winfeld not too far behind our 2nd position driver. Is he going to be able to make it up there in time? I doubt that. Ryan Winfield does have aerodynamic damage, and that is definitely holding him back. But Ryan Winfield being up 6 positions, he's going to gain a lot of championship points from this race. Corey Lazarus in fourth, up 1 position. Lots of points being gained there. Charlie Pouyer, and we've got Manrique Valverde, who may not be wanting to make a pass because of that incident limit. Just tucking in behind, staying consistent, staying a little bit passive, and I think that's his strategy here. Because obviously it's very high risk, and this track's very, very easy to get 1X's. Oh, and there you go. Oh, what a save. Beautiful save by Manrique Valverde. Oh, no. And he's hit the wall on his last lap. He's still out there driving. He's down a few more spots. Adam Morrow has now made that pass on him. But fortunately for Manrique Valverde, he's still in the race, still going, and yeah. And here you go with Patrick Hingston coming around the last turn for the win of this race, 17 seconds ahead of second position. Congratulations, Patrick Hingston, for winning this race. And wow, what a beautiful, beautiful drive from Patrick Hingston. Here you go with Young Choi coming around Parabolica, heading on to that final straight, coming across that finish line in second position. Congratulations, Young Choi. Congratulations, young Ryan Winfield, for rounding out the podium of our feature race. Corey Lazarus for P4. Charlie Pouyer in P5. Adam Morrow coming around Parabolica, followed by Manrique Valverde. Adam Morrow in 6th, Manrique Valverde in 7th, Simon Fell in 8th, Anthony Rodriguez coming around Parabolica in 9th, followed directly behind by Dan Marrera, who did make... Oh, it looks like Anthony Rodriguez made that pass back on Dan Marrera, and so Dan Marrera ended up behind him. And Rico coming around in 11th, Tom Jenkins in 12th, Chuck Baker is now entering Parabolica. He is in 3rd. He is not going to wipe out here. He's coming around nice and cleanly. Here you go with Gary Watson is up 8 positions. Our steady Eddie of the night, Young Choi and Gary Watson, the steady Eddie of the night here. Michael Carrillo coming around town. So you can see that crowd on their feet for that purple Porsche. Benjamin Roche coming around town, up 12 spots total. Diego Militao is up 8 spots. Ryan Bickle, I can't wait for next week, I'm sure. Down 15 spots, and finishing in 18th. But nobody likes a quitter. You gotta keep going no matter what, and that's what it's all about, folks. Never quit, never give up, keep driving to the end, even if you're not in the spot that you want to be, because that's what really counts, is never give up. And there is Adrian Kukulas in 22nd, and I should be able to pull up our results, and there you go. I gotta say, quite a shakeup. What a crazy, crazy race. Congratulations once again, Patrick Hingston, for winning that race with a sizable margin. Absolutely unbelievable. Young Choi, wow. Great drive from one of our amateur drivers, just to stay consistent and benefit off of all the disasters from our pro drivers and all of that massive shuffling that happened. And Ryan Winfield in 3rd position. Congratulations to our podium. Young Choi, if your family's watching, if your daughter's watching, hey, you finally didn't spin this time. So yeah, I've actually got Adam Morrow in the interview booth with us. I'm going to pull him into, pull him into the interview booth here. And here we go with Adam Moore. Let me turn on the sound for our Discord. And here you go. Hey, hello. Hey, Adam Moore. How's it going?
Hey, Mike. Good. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good, buddy. How's it? How was that race? What an exciting race! Wild from start to end.
It really was. Looking at the results now, and kudos for Patrick, Young Choi, Winfield getting up there on the podium there. It's a shame. I think I turned down on Patrick a little bit there. I'll have to go back and look at it. But other than that, I mean, battling the whole race. Sometimes those are the fun ones, right? Coming from behind. And I got to say, all the guys race and gentlemen drives, everybody driving so well tonight. Kudos to everyone. Good times.
Yeah, definitely. You started in, I think it was second position in our feature. Was it second?
Yeah, second, and I had a great start and kind of put it down inside of Patrick there, and he did have a little bit of a wheel there and a little nudge, and then started from second last from second in the front. So I'm sweating. That was a lot of work, but also a lot of fun.
Yeah, hell of it. That was a great drive to get from last place up back all the way up into sixth and gain some really good season championship points for within this league. And that's just a great example, really, of a never give up attitude. Doesn't matter what happens, never give up, and look at what happened out of that. Look what came of that. All the way back up in sixth
quarter of the race there, seeing the Valverde cousins there, they really put me in the meat grinder there. They were quicker, but I wasn't going to give it. But I don't know what happened to Marco there. We got in a little bit of a tangle, and he kind of just got disconnected or something. But the rest of the guys, man, what a race!
I think he hit the incident limit because I saw him take a drive-through, and both of them actually, I think, took a drive-through. And that's definitely the challenge of Monza. To
and Puyer on the last lap, I was thinking to myself, that's a great drive for him. And I was saying, geez, if he could hold off Valverde, what a drive. And then I came around the corner, I saw a bunch of smoke, and I saw Manrique there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take those points. Thanks, Charlie, and kudos for the top 5.
Yeah, and what a drive by Young Choi!
Wow, what a bounce back. That's one of those drivers, him and I joke that he's punting me all the time, but I like that. I like to see guys pushing, and, when they get it figured out, look at that, second place.
Yeah, I got Patrick Kingston. I'm going to pull into our booth right now. Here you go with Patrick Kingston. Hey, Patrick, how you doing?
Hey, how about you?
So how is that? Congratulations on the win of that race. So how you feeling?
Good. The first, the sprint race was just unfortunate because I got hit in the back by Manrique. I think it was neck code or something. And then the second race, the car next to me at the start just blinked out, and then next thing I see him, and then yeah.
Yeah, it was almost lucky that he blinked out because it meant there's no damage to you.
Yeah.
But you absolutely ran away with it. Congratulations. So was that actually a challenge to be on your own for that long and to manage all of your thoughts, all of that, while having no challenge?
Not really. If you just gotta pay attention. You can't think about all that.
Yeah, so that's your sweet spot. That's where you like to be then.
Yeah, but I wish I got a better sprint race, but it is what it is. So
yeah. Is my microphone working? Oh, why is? Yeah. Okay, it is working.
Fine here.
Cancel. Okay, perfect. It is working. Sorry, that was my bad. But yeah, that was a beautiful drive from you, Patrick, and congratulations once again. What a dominant showing to run away from the field that much. And and I just gotta ask both of you guys, Adam first, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Any frenemies on the track, or friends or family, or is there anyone you want to wave to before you say goodbye?
The Valverde cousins there after those last few laps, it's a long season, so we'll see what happens. No retaliation, but hey, we might have some rivalry starting there. And obviously our fearless leader, Mike, thanks for putting everything on. It's such a blast every Thursday night.
Yeah, buddy. And Patrick?
Thank y'all for hosting this league, because it's such a blast. And thanks to my dad and my team, Quasar Sim Racing. So yeah.
Awesome. And there is our race. That is Porsche Cup Challenge, the Americas division. And have a good evening, folks. And I'll see you guys next week. or
Thanks, guys. Take
Sunday.
care.